To the Department of Agriculture family, our colleagues in the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research na nag-e-enjoy ng kanilang Sports Fest ngayon, sa ating mga magsasaka at mga mangingisda, isang magandang umaga po, and I hope you had a well-rested holiday. I'm Christina S. Estrada from the Knowledge Management and Information Systems Division of the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research, and I will be your host for today's online seminar. So our seminar this April. Madami po tayong holidays this April. So meron tayo nung first week, meron tayo nung second week. We had a longer holiday this third week na katatapos lang nung Sunday, and we basically had more time to ourselves. So for sure, madaming nag-out of town, nag-soul searching, hinanap ang purpose nila in life, or maybe some of us spent our sweet time with the family. Siguro nag-picnic, kumain ng desserts like mangoes. So speaking of mangoes as desserts, ngayon po pag-uusapan natin kung ano pa yung purpose ng mango beyond just being our favorite dessert. So today, the title of the seminar is Mango Beyond, Mango Waste Transformed into Powerful Bioactives. But before we introduce our speaker and formally start the knowledge sharing, again, the usual reminders po. So one, please comment your location and affiliation para alam po natin kung gaano kalayo at kalawak ang naabot ng ating seminar at ng serbisyo ng bar. And number 2, please follow our social media pages. So on Facebook, it's facebook.com/DABarOfficial or DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. On Instagram, follow at DABarOfficial. Also, since tatanggalin na po ni Meta yung mga live in 30 days, if I recall. Bale po, if you want to revisit some of our seminar episodes, you may visit our website or our YouTube account. So it's Bureau of Agricultural Research or DA Bar Official. So also, third is we will be posting 2 forms later on. Tiyagaan nyo na lang po paghanap sa ating comment section. So one is the attendance sheet and the other is a feedback form. The feedback form has a deadline of 12 noon and you have to answer both to get certificates. And also, lastly, and one of the most important reminders, please magtanong po tayo sa ating expert. Let's maximize her presence. So, let me formally introduce our speaker. So, our expert is a licensed chemical engineer and holds an MS in food science from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Her work focuses on the valorization of agro-industrial byproducts and underutilized Philippine crops by developing high-value products for applications in food, cosmetics, and nutraceuticals. She is currently a university researcher too from the Biotechnology for Food, Feeds, and Specialty Products program of UPLB Biotech. Let's all welcome Engineer Maria Katrina N. Alaon. Ayan, pang beauty queen po ang ating pangalan. Good morning, Engineer Kat.
Good morning, Ma'am Tin, and good morning po to all those who are watching us online po.
Okay po, Engineer Kat. So, nasa iyo na po yung floor for the discussion, and after that, we'll be having the Q&A. Thank you po.
Yes po. So, thank you very much again, Ma'am Tin, for the introduction. And again, good day po sa lahat po ng nanonood online. I am again Maria Katrina Alaon. I'm from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, or UPLB Biotech. Actually, I'm very honored and very excited for this session because I'll be sharing to you our technology that goes beyond the usual, as mentioned by Ma'am Tin earlier, beyond what we know and expect from mangoes. And so I titled this talk, Mango Beyond. So I think we can all agree that mango is one of the most loved fruits among us Filipinos because it is sweet, juicy, refreshing. But what happens to the parts that we do not eat, such as the skin, the seed, the branches, and even the leaves. These are often treated as waste, but they actually hold a tremendous potential. Through this project, we reimagined mangoes not just as a fruit, but a source of innovative, high-value bioactives. So today, I will be sharing how we turned mango waste into valuable science-backed active ingredients for health and beauty po. So this is my outline for today's talk. We will first define what bioactives are. Tapos, i-introduce ko po sa inyo kung ano po yung phenolphthora and diaphorine, what are they, and why they were developed, how did we produce them, and their scientifically studied benefits. I've also included the supply chain and also the market potential of this technology and the collaboration opportunities and the current status of the technology and the future plans. So let's now quickly go to our first key point. What are bioactives? Ang bioactives lang naman po, they are compounds that are naturally present in small amounts in many of our plants and foods, katulad ng fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, teas, legumes, and so much more. But they are not vitamins or minerals, but they can give positive influence or effect to our body. But their effects depend on the type, on the type of the bioactive, the dosage, and how well our body absorbs them. These are just few of the potential health benefits. So it was found in studies that some bioactive compounds reduce inflammation, oxidative stress. They also support immune function, and there are also many studies about using bioactive compounds for the prevention of these chronic diseases. But aside from the medical part, uh, bioactive compounds could also be used in functional foods and also dietary supplements and could be incorporated in skincare and cosmetic products, which will be discussed later on. So these are the common examples of bioactives. So lycopene, this is the bioactive that is much abundant in tomatoes. You might also have heard about resveratrol, which are abundantly found in grapes, hence in red wine. Carotenoids, this is the yellow pigment on your carrots and sweet potatoes. Chlorophyll, the red pigments on your leafy greens, and flavonoids. These bioactive compounds were studied to have positive effects to our health. But what we were actually interested in is a specific kind of bioactive that is called polyphenols. So polyphenols, these are abundantly found in your plants. So they are characterized by a phenol ring, or since it's polyphenol, it contains multiple phenol rings. And so these phenol rings actually gives the polyphenols their bioactivity. Polyphenols have been studied to have the ability to neutralize free radicals, kaya siya good antioxidant. It also chelate to metals and inhibit some enzymes in our bodies. So it was studied that mango parts, hence the byproducts from mangoes, are actually rich in natural polyphenols. One of the most common polyphenols found in mangoes are mangiferin, catechin, and gallic acid, and these polyphenols have been studied to exhibit certain bioactivities po. And now let's go to the star of my presentation of our seminar for today, the phenolphthora and the diaphorine. So let me just briefly introduce to you phenolphthora. Phenolphthora is a phenolic powder that was produced from mango seed kernel. So it's actually a cosmetic raw material for skin and hair care products. It's an active ingredient po. So its application is on the formulation po of beauty and personal care products, and it has multiple benefits which I will be discussing later on. And for the diaphragm naman po, it's a phenolic powder that is derived from Carabao mango branches, the waste from your pruning, which is intended also to be an ingredient for your dietary supplement that can help lower blood sugar po. So why did we develop Phenofera and diaphragm? So what actually moved or pushed us in this direction is because of the declining performance of the mango industry. Despite the popularity of mangoes, the Philippine mango industry, according to some data, are underperforming. One of the performance indicator, which is the production performance, shows that the production for Philippine for mangoes in the Philippines are actually way lower than the average global production. And you might have also heard that many of the mango farmers have been shifting to other crops because it's more productive, and the production for mango has been become very expensive. And aside from that, there are also many post-harvest losses and wastages in the mango industry. So these data clearly show that there is a need for intervention to improve the declining performance of the mango industry. So our government has been exploring several interventions. What we did in our past project, we explored the less popular and less explored intervention, which are first, the valorization of the waste of mango processing industry. In this first project, we utilized or valorized the mango peels and mango seeds. We developed dietary fiber-rich powder and also polyphenol powders. So sa project po na ito, nanggaling po ang Phenofera. And on our next project, we've also looked into the possible utilization of the non-fruit parts of the mango trees po, such as the flowers, the leaves, the branches, and the early fruit drops. And dito din po nanggaling naman po yung diaphragm. And these technologies have been found to meet certain needs in the market po, kasi in the cosmetic industry, there is actually a need for locally produced, nature-derived active ingredients, because most of our cosmetic manufacturers, or almost all of our cosmetic manufacturers, import their active ingredients from other countries, because there are only few to none who produce active ingredients in our country. This is also the same for dietary supplements. Most of the active ingredients are being imported from other countries. And there is actually a need for additional interventions for blood glucose lowering because of the prevalence of diabetes in our country. So how do we produce Phenofera? Phenofera and diaphragm are produced through a standardized process using a shared production facility. I-explain ko lang po yung standardized process. So, yung Phenofera po at saka diaphragm, the process that we use to produce is actually standardized. Ibig sabihin po, yung process po yields a similar or the same quality of Phenofera and diaphragm po. And it's a shared facility because the same facility that could be used to produce diaphragm and Phenofera are similar po. Ito pong multi-line setup optimizes yung pong investment din po, and of course optimizes the profit in the future. I'll just show you a general process kung paano po namin pinoproduce ang Phenofera and diaphragm. So from the fresh mango wastes, we have a standardized process din po to be able to produce the mango seed kernel powder and the mango branch powder. And this powdered form, it will undergo the standardized process to produce phenolphora and diaphorine po. And now let's go to the more exciting part, the benefits of phenolphora. So we had several in vitro and in vivo studies uh, to to check and to affirm, to confirm the effectiveness claims of phenolphora. So first, phenolphora exhibits skin brightening property that is given by the tyrosinase and by its property to inhibit tyrosinase. Yung tyrosinase po kasi, it's the enzyme that facilitates the production of melanin, which gives the dark pigment on our skin. However, it's not better than kojic acid, but it's a lot better than ascorbic acid. It also has skin firming properties given by its inhibiting effect against elastase. Elastase po, it's a structural, it's a structural compound po sa ating skin that gives firmness to our skin. That's elastin. And so elastase breaks it down. That's why we have skin aging po. So with phenolphora, phenolphora exhibits inhibition against this enzyme po. So it's better than ascorbic acid. It also offers skin protection via UV protection. It also offers again protection via its antioxidant properties and protection again for through its action against Staphylococcus epidermis, and I wasn't able to put it here. It also has inhibition against Staphylococcus aureus, which are some of the acne-causing microbes on our skin po. Phenolphora exhibits significant inhibition against these microbes. And it also has a skin soothing effect given by its anti-inflammatory property. This has been proven by the animal testing, and its effect is equal with ketoprofen gel, a commercial topical anti-inflammatory gel. And finally, it exhibits inhibition against Malassezia furfur. This is a fungi that causes dandruff on us po. And this is quite interesting because most or almost, no, not most, but all of the inhibitors po or the active ingredients against Malassezia furfur are actually synthetic po. And these are the safety assessment for phenolphora. It's non-irritant on skin and on eye. Our process also passes the presence of microbial contaminants. It's below the minimum requirement. It is also compliant with the presence of heavy metals, pesticide residue, and it is non-mutagenic po. And these are just the bioactive compounds that were determined to be in phenolphora: quinic acid, galactinol, mangiferine, quercetin, and methyl gallate po. So if you're going to look into these compounds, they exhibit several bioactivities, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and so much others po. And now, let's go to diaphorine po. So ito po yung mga properties ng diaphorine. It helps lower glucose level as proven by in vitro and in vivo tests. It has high antioxidant activity. It is also non-toxic via in vivo tests, non-mutagenic, pesticide-free, and it's an ingredient. So it should be flexible in formulation po. So these are just the tests that we did. For antioxidant, we had an in vitro test. Its performance is better than ascorbic acid. Similarly, with the glucose lowering given by the alpha glucosidase inhibition, alpha amylase inhibition, which is better than acarbose po. Acarbose is a drug po, a drug which is known for its inhibition against alpha glucosidase. And we also subjected it in animal testing to check its performance on lowering glucose, and based on the animal test, it exhibits significant lowering. So these are just the safety tests that we did. It's non-toxic as per the result of the acute oral toxicity. Again, it passed the microbial contaminant test, compliant with the heavy metal residue and even for the pesticide residue. And again, it's non-mutagenic. And these are just the few bioactive compounds found in diaphorine. It has catechin, epicatechin, quercetin, and of course, mangiferin as well po. And now we now go to the supply chain and its market potential. Ang madalas po kasing tanong sa amin ay, meron bang enough supply to produce Phenophyra and diaphorine? So I'm just gonna show you po yung pong framework po. It's a simple framework of the supply chain where Phenophyra and diaphorine fits po. So from the mango industry, the mango processing plants and the mango farms, they are the sources of the mango seed waste and mango branches po. And they can also adopt the technology po in drying and turning this into powdered form. And then yung powdered form po, it will be bought by the producer po of the Phenophyra and diaphorine. And the produced Phenophyra and diaphorine po, this will be sold to the cosmetic manufacturers and supplement manufacturers, wherein they will incorporate this in their cosmetic products and in their food supplements, and which goes to the consumers eventually po. So as for the amount or the supply of the fresh raw materials, we've found in our project that we can actually collect at least 88 tons of fresh mango seed waste from 4 processing plants in Luzon, and they are willing to supply that amount for free po. And as for the mango branches naman po, we've talked to 6 mango cooperatives in Luzon, and they could generate around at least 65 tons of mango branches a year po. So this data shows that there is a sufficient amount of fresh raw materials for the production of Phenophyra and diaphorine po. As for the market potential, ito naman po yung result ng aming preliminary market assessment. Of course, we know that cosmetic market is very thriving po. However po, there are a few producers of plant-based cosmetic ingredients here in the Philippines. Pero ang tanong din po, are they standardized po? That's why the cosmetic manufacturers prefer importing, because the imported cosmetic ingredients are standardized po. And our potential market for Phenophyra is around 1,135 cosmetic manufacturers in the Philippines. These are the current competitors of Phenophyra. For skincare, ito po yung mga may skin brightening effect, Viticin, Sabi White, and Kojic acid. But Phenophyra offers more than skin brightening, as I've mentioned earlier. And for hair care, yung mga katulad lang niyang plant-based din is aloe vera and moringa po. But with Phenophyra, it's proven that it could inhibit Malassezia furfur. And for the cosmetic manufacturers that we've interviewed, they've expressed an interest score of 8.4 in buying Phenophyra po. So Phenophyra, we've also find that it's compliant po with their preference and with the FDA guidelines on safety, quality, and labeling po. And now we go to the preliminary market assessment of diaphorine. Of course, the global market po for anti-diabetic supplement is also growing because the prevalence for diabetes is increasing as well. And in the Philippines po, the rate is the prevalence of diabetes is 1 out of 14 Filipinos po. So our potential market for diaphorine are the supplement manufacturers. And the existing competitors are Banaba, Ampalaya, Serpentina, and Guava. And the consumers or the manufacturers express a high score of interest score of 9 po. And so these are the price comparison. We made an initial costing for Phenophyra and diaphorine. So comparing it to existing competitors, Phenofera is much lower po. It's only around 2,400 per kilogram. But as I said, this is just an initial costing. And for diaphorine, the initial costing is around 5,000 per kilogram. But it's still much lower compared to its competitors in the market po. And now I'm going to share to you what are the collaboration and licensing opportunities po. So right now, as I've presented, we were able to evaluate the safety claims, the effectiveness claims, and we were able to standardize the process and validated it at bench scale production level. We have also tested Phenofera in actual formulations, and the trademarks are already registered, and the utility model is approved, and another patent is on process po. So we are open po for collaboration with cosmetic and supplement manufacturers po if they want to explore the integration of Phenofera and diaphorine to your formulations. We are also open for collaborations with private companies and investors, specifically to establish or to make a pilot scale production study for the production of Phenofera and diaphorine po. And current status and future plans. Right now, we are preparing the business model for the adoption of Phenofera. We are also collaborating with university students for some tests and studies for diaphorine to characterize it further. And we are searching right now for potential collaborators for the pilot scale production processing of Phenofera and diaphorine. So that ends my talk for today. Thank you very much for listening, and to God be the glory. I've also placed here our contact details. If you are interested or if you have inquiries, you can screenshot this slide, and you can just email us and contact us. So thank you po for listening.
Thank you so much, Engineer Kat, for this interesting and comprehensive presentation on the newfound purpose of the mango, the dessert that we all know of as bioactives for cosmetics and food supplements. So before we proceed to our Q&A portion, again, few reminders, please magtanong po tayo kay Engineer Kat. And also, we already posted the attendance sheet and the feedback form. Hanapin nyo na lang po sa comment section. So please answer both before 12 noon so that you would get certificates for the seminar. And also, Engineer Kat, medyo madami po yung nag-register sa atin last week until kaninang umaga. So would you like to see kung ano po yung natin yung set demographics natin for today?
Sure
Let me
po.
okay po. So there are more female, so 61% female, 38% male. Ang age po, overwhelmingly, it's the 20 to 29-year-olds at 63%, followed by the 30 to 39s at 21%. Then location po, halos lahat po represented, but pinakamadami Calabarzon, followed by Central Luzon and Cagayan Valley. Then sa occupation, ang dami po. So yung mga paisa-isa po dito, meron ding sinasabi niya hobbyist lang siya, meron ding nurse dito, merong team leader, may government employee, and of course the usual student natin at 25%, then agriculturist at 21%, then teacher professor at 12.5%. In terms of the agency or institution of affiliation, pinakamadami po, state universities and colleges at 35%, tapos yung iba, yung sunod unaffiliated, tapos yung sunod private sector at 15%. Then we also have LGUs. And hindi po nawawala, meron po tayong mga kapatid na indigenous peoples. So, ilan ba sila? Ito po, 13% po sila, mataas po to. Meron din po tayong kapatid na persons with disability. And of course, members of the Farmer and Fisherfolk Cooperative and Association. So, yung mga nag-register po ditong associations and cooperative like Karayagan Subanen Farmers Association, Sagon Farmers Producers Association, meron din pong Gubat Young Farmers Association. So that's very sweet. Meron tayong mga bata-bata ngayon. And meron pong members ng ating mga kababaihan sa Rural Improvement Club. And ito po yung ibang Rural Improvement Club na andito. So meron pong JOL Association, Isao Women's Rural Improvement Club rather. So, madami po talagang nag-register na overwhelmed po kami and madami pong well-represented. And yun, nakaka-inspire pa din siya kasi of course, we need more people to understand the importance of the agriculture sector, agri-fishery sector in the country. So anyway po, magbabasa na po tayo ng ating questions in a bit. Let me just look for it po. Okay. So our first question from our colleague in the ABAR, where are these products available daw po? Or kailan po sila magiging available? Available na po ba sa market?
Good morning po. I'm also glad with the amount of participants that you've mentioned, Ma'am Teen. Thank you for everyone who is watching right now. As for the availability po of Phenolphera and Diaphorine, it's still not available in the market po. Kaya I've mentioned earlier po that we are looking for private sector po who could collaborate with us to produce Phenolphera and Diaphorine po so that it could be available in the market po for our cosmetic manufacturers and supplement manufacturers soon po.
Okay po. So far po yung na-produce nyo pa lang po, parang pang lab level lang po yung production
Actually po, it's higher than lab level na po. If we went higher po, it's bench scale na po. That's why we are eyeing for a higher level of production po, pilot scale production po. Yun po. And so we are really open po for collaboration po from the private sector po.
Okay. Sana nga po mas mabigyan tayo ng funding for this para mas ma-expand pa natin ang market kasi nakakapanghinayang po. Meron naman tayong sariling atin and parang na-repurpose natin yung usual na tinatapon natin. Nakakapanghinayang kung hindi siya ma-expand.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Kat. So let me just look for the next questions. Ay, eto po. Mahaba po to. Okay. So from Sir Terence, great research initiatives and excellent presentation. I agree po. Pero curious daw po siya kung yung bio-content of mango production waste will vary if the raw materials used are disease-infected or pest damage. Tapos, ano daw po yung practical implications nito, especially if ang gagamitin are export-rejected fruits due to quarantine-detected diseases or pest infestation. Kaya daw po ba itong ma-valorize? Ayan.
Okay po. Thank you po, Sir Terence, for the question. Yung process po namin, it's standardized, and one of the things that we are looking at po is the quality of raw material. We can only include po raw materials that are of good quality po. We cannot include raw materials that are disease-infected or pest damaged po. Kaya po yung mga mango seeds po ay kinukuha po namin sa processing plant po talaga mismo kasi marami po sila noon. Yun. So they just give it away po, and we also get it quickly po. So meron po kaming sinusunod po na protocol po so that para maganda po yung raw material, para at the end yung pinaka final po na product, it's also of good quality po. same with the mango branches po. We only consider good quality mango branches po.
Mhm. And
And
ma'am, this
yes
yung
po.
sorry po, yung mga mango branches po na disease-free and 'di ba po medyo relatively readily available naman siya kasi tinatapon lang nga siya. So it would not be really a challenge to look for source these from the farmers, 'di ba?
Yes po, kasi marami po kaming nakausap na organic mango farmers association po. So, yun po yung kinoconsider pa po kasi namin isa, yung hindi po gumagamit po ng pesticide kasi if it's plant origin po, the supplement manufacturers are very strict po na it should be pesticide free po. So, what we are only considering are the farmers po that produces via organic, and also, kahit hindi naman sila certified organic, but they are not applying pesticides. Kasi marami po sa Bulacan yung ganun na pong farmers, yung they just rely on natural fruiting po kasi mahal na daw po yung pong commercial induced fruiting po.
Okay. So for saan po kayo nag-source ng mga what's it? Nag-source ng mga materials or branches?
Okay, for the
Okay.
branches po, we sourced it from Region 3 po, specifically Bulacan area po. Kasi sila po yung marami pong mango farms po that are not spraying any longer po. And for the mango processing, for the mango kernel po, around Calabarzon and NCR lang po na processing plants po.
So same goes with the mango kernels po. Dapat wala din siyang pesticides?
Hindi naman po kasi yung pong mga ginagamit po kasi sa manufacturing po, 'di ba commercial po 'yon. So it cannot be helped po talaga na meron siyang pesticide po kasi they have to produce it at a large amount. Pero dahil seed kernel naman po siya, nandun siya sa loob po.
Hindi ganun
It's
ka.
not, yes, wala po talaga siyang, it's pesticide free po yung raw material po.
Okay. So there's no direct
Yes
contact
po.
with
Yes po.
pesticide.
Kaya we've also tested it naman. It's pesticide free po.
Okay. Thank you, Engineer Kat. And speaking of testing, may mga nagtanong po dito. So I've seen at least 2 questions asking if these products have been tested na sa humans. So kung may clinical trials na ba sa ating tao.
Okay po. Wala pa pong, meron po kaming, medyo strict po kasi ang human trials na po ngayon, and it's quite expensive po. So, wala pa pong clinical trial po itong aming Phenofera and diaferin po. What we did lang po is hanggang animal testing po. But FDA po, honors po yung pong mga testings po via in vitro and in vivo po. Yan po. Actually, just sharing po, when we've inquired po for human testing po, trial on Phenofera po, we were quoted around 600,000 po. Yon for human testing po ng Phenofera po. So it's quite expensive po.
Ilang tao po yung kasama dun sa 600,000 na yun?
I am not sure po, pero meron silang certain protocol po to, hindi ko lang po sure, pero from a private, from a private institute po.
Okay. Pero so far po, may mga gumamit na po ba na to kahit lang? Wala pa.
Of course po, kasi sa amin po, we've tried it. Yun po. Kasi ang requirement lang naman po for safety po ay dapat matest po siya. Yung mga pinakita ko po kanina, non-irritant, yun, non-irritant siya sa eyes, sa skin, and yung mga tests po kanina na via animal at saka in vitro chemical testing po. So if it's declared na safe sa mga aspects po na yon, it can be incorporated po, it can be declared safe, and it can be incorporated po sa cosmetic formulations na. So we've tried it on our own po. Pero yung parang human trial po na yung itetest talaga
Official
yung,
home.
Yes,
Wala pa.
for yung yung pampaputi ba talaga siya, yung ganun po or other things, hindi pa po namin nagagawa 'yon.
So officially the testing has only been done with animals kasi but then the testing on animals po ino-honor po siya ng FDA and other licensing bodies. In terms of human trial wala pang official human trial but then you po as yung mga kakilala nyo, you in UPLB Biotech, yung mga naabot nyo, you have
Ako
tested it.
lang po, tsaka yung developers lang po. Yan, kasi hindi nga po pwede siyang ipatest po pero yung in terms of Phenolphera, again po, it's already as safe as a cosmetic ingredient po. So, not so much needed po na itest pa siya for human po to prove it safe. And actually, naman po, even with diaphragm, unang-una dapat safe pa po talaga siya sa animals before it could be consumed by humans po.
But then a lot of our medicines naman po, a lot in the market, 'di ba hindi na even if they're in the market, many of them have only been tested on animals. Bihira naman talaga ang human trials. And yet they're already in the market po, 'di ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So these have been proven safe and yun certified na nga po by licensing bodies such as FDA, 'di ba?
Ma'am, I'm just gonna correct po yung certified by FDA. It's not yet certified by FDA po. Yes po. Pero doon sa Phenolphera po, because it's a cosmetic ingredient po, hindi po niya kailangan po ng certification po from FDA po. What is needed po for FDA is the certification po sa final product na po. Pero as ingredient itself po, it does not need to be certified po. Yun po. But what FDA is gonna look for, yes po, yung final form po. But what is FDA is gonna look for kapag nilagyan siya ng Phenolphera is titignan niya din po yung mga safety tests na ginawa and other tests po na ginawa via for Phenolphera po. Pero it's different po with diaphragm po. It has to be registered po sa FDA po.
Okay po. So thank you. Thank you, Engineer Kat, for the clarification. Our next question, paano daw po in-extract ang mga bioactive compounds from mango and what part of the fruit has the most bioactive substances?
As I've mentioned earlier, we cannot divulge the specifics po of our extraction po. But what we can say po ay yung general lang po kanina, yung from the fresh, we've turned it into powder. Kailangan siyang i-powder po to optimize or to maximize the extraction po kasi pag mas maliit po, mas madaming surface area of contact for extraction po. So hindi ko na po maididetalya kung ano yung ginamit po naming extracting solvent or gaano katagal, yun po. But anyways, we had an extract and then we turned it into powder using a certain, again, a process po. And ano pa yung tanong? Yun lang naman po yung tanong, no?
Yun lang naman po. Trade secret na po kasi yung iba.
Yung which part of the fruit? Which part of the fruit? Ano po kasi, depende kung anong bioactives po ang hinahanap nyo po. But for our case, dahil polyphenols po siya, sa fruit po, ang may pinakamaraming polyphenols ay yung kernel po, yung seed, yung ginamit po namin to produce Phenolphera. Kaya yun po yung pinili po namin. But from the other parts of the mango po, ang may pinakamataas na polyphenols ay yung flowers po. Pero yung flowers po, hindi nyo naman po kukunin yun kasi magiging fruit po yun.
Sayang naman po ng flowers. Ito po, may questions pa po. Let me just... Okay po. Ito po. Are you charging for the extraction protocols if the entities would like to set up processing facilities for the mango bioactive? So this is from Ms. Mylene Matwi.
Okay po, ma'am. If you wanna adapt po yung aming extraction protocol po for producing Phenolphera or diaphragm po, it has to go through po with our TTBDO Tech Transfer Office po. Yun po. So meron pong meron pong negotiation po with PTBDO about it po. Pero ano po, if you wanna extract other bioactives po, we do it naman po from our laboratory, but we're not gonna use po yung protocol po namin for extracting for phenolphthora and diaphorine po. If would like to set up processing facilities. Ano po, siguro better na lang po for na i-contact niyo na lang po kami about this po, ma'am.
Okay po. So later po, you can just search UPLB, UPLB Biotech on Facebook. So it's facebook.com/biotech.uplb if I'm correct. Or if ever po, we can just leave Engineer Kat's contact details. Pwede pong isend mo na lang sa amin. Then we can just leave it sa comment section. Or can just email us or message you. Tapos po, ito, may nagtatanong na naman. Ito po, more of a statement and we would like to hear your professional take on this. So this is from Ms. Ruth Kapati. If we are going to rely on so-called pesticide-free products, the volume of the RM is limited during peak season. The current situation of mangoes in the Davao region is that they are produced using chemicals from induction until they reach 85 days after flowering. Ano po yung take nyo dyan so far?
Ano po talaga, yung sa mango branches po, we cannot compromise po talaga with the quality of the raw material po kasi yun po yung requirement po ng mga supplement manufacturers po. Actually, they are strict po that they want an organic farm po. Yon. Pero we can negotiate naman po na even if it's not organic farm, basta we can prove that it's not using pesticide any longer, pwede po siyang maging source po ng mango branches po. But yun po. But for the case of Davao po, kung what we can just use is the mango seed kernel po. Yun lang po yung magagamit po. Kasi it's okay naman to use the mango seed kernel kahit galing po siya sa fruits po na bombahan ng pesticides po.
Pero we cannot really compromise on the branches po. Yung mga branches po, di ba po, you said earlier na parang pwede naman, parang they can just get, if they want to supply branches to UPLB Biotech for the production of your products, di ba po sabi mo, pwede naman silang i-certify lang na hindi na sila gumagamit ng pesticides. So, usually po, gaano katagal before sila pwedeng mabigyan ng certificate? Like, dapat ba 1 year na silang hindi gumagamit? Or 2 years?
Okay po. Actually, we have not finalized that part yet po kasi ang nagamit pa lang po namin ng mga materials po are branches that were not sprayed with any pesticide po for 1 year po. And so far po, wala pong nagpakita po na pesticide residue sa product output po namin. Yun po. So, kaya po pala, yung sa project po namin, we had it should be a collaboration po with the association po with a mango farm or a farmers association po, so that mas magiging organized po yung pong yung certification or yung pagtingin po if they're not really using pesticide po. Kasi yung processing po ng diaphorine, it's quite expensive po. Yun. So if from the start the raw material is not good, tapos in the end lalabas na meron siyang residue or above sa requirement, sayang naman yung processing po. Yun lang po.
Indeed. So, dapat po talaga mabantayan natin ang quality lagi. And in case may nakalusot, nag-random check naman po kayo ng pesticides. And so far, wala pa naman sa mga trees na hindi nabombahan for 1 year. So, eto po, siguro last question or last 2 questions before our usual final questions. So, may particular variety of mango po ba ang need to produce phenofer at diaferin? So, mas madami daw po kasi talaga yung Indian mangoes. Have you explored Indian mangoes po?
We did not explore Indian mangoes po. We've only explored Carabao mangoes po kasi ang ano po, ang percentage po ng Carabao mangoes in the Philippines is around 80% po. Yun po. So, yun din pong ginagamit din po kasi sa mga processing plants, it's Carabao mango. So, we wanted to cater yung sa need of valorization po ng mga mango processing plants po. That's why we've settled po sa Carabao mangoes. So sa Indian mangoes naman po, although marami po siya, baka hindi po ganun ka-sustainable po kasi yung supply po nun. And actually po yung mga cosmetic manufacturers and the supplement manufacturers, they are very particular po with the sustainability of the of the source
Supply.
po of the supply kasi they will not take the risk po na we will incorporate this ingredient pero afterwards wala na pala, so discontinued na yung line nila, so they really want to be sure na yung ingredient na ilalagay nila laging meron pong supply po.
So, factor po na highly commercialized ang ating Carabao mangoes and not the Indian mangoes. Kasi sa amin po in Bicol, para mas madalas ako makakita ng Indian. But then, in terms of yung mga pinaprocess nating products, ina-export natin, puro talaga Carabao mangoes. Kaya it's easier to source the materials kasi matagal na silang organized. Pero po so far, may possibility po kayang hide yung diaferin ng Indian mango so pwede nating ma-explore in the future?
It could be explored po, pero i-study po siya ulit po. Pero syempre mas na-cut down na yung time of studying po. Yun po. Pero yung diaferin po talaga, it's particular po siya sa Carabao mango po.
Okay. Ito po may nagpahabol po dito na related na sa ating Indian mangoes. So this is from Sir Juni Dizon. Yun daw po, yung advantage daw po ng Indian mangoes is that rarely sprayed sila. So sana nga po, ako ang personal take ko dito, as sana in the future ma-utilize din natin ang Indian mangoes as more commercial, as in a more commercial setting para it would be easier to produce or supply the raw materials, 'di ba po?
Yes po, thank you po. Maganda po yung suggestion nga po nila. It's something that we can consider po.
Okay. Sige po. And last question, what are the next steps if a company wants to partner or license the technology po?
Bali po, we have our tech transfer business development office who handles po the licensing of the technology po. So they can email to me those who are interested, and then we can refer them to the TTBD, to our tech transfer office po. Yun. Pero I mean, you can always contact us po for any interest po.
Okay, so just please contact Engineer Kat or UPLB Biotech if you want to partner with them kasi medyo mahaba-habang usapan ito. So, let me just... Okay, ito po. And last two questions, the usual questions. Ano po ang words of wisdom or message mo to our researchers in the agri-fishery sector?
Words of wisdom po. Ano po, ang pumasok lang po sa isip ko na word ay perseverance po. Yun po. Kasi doing research is quite challenging po. It comprises of several trial and error po. And ano po, mag-persevere lang po talaga. And to be able to persevere po, we have to have the right purpose po. Kasi nakakapagod naman po talagang mag-research po. Pero if ako personally po, I just stick to the purpose po. Ano ba yung purpose nitong study na ginagawa ko, itong project na ginagawa ko, who would benefit um, yun po yung encouragement and motivation ko po in continuing po with our researches po. Yun lang po.
Ayun. Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Kat. And pabalik-balik po tayo sa purpose, sa why natin, kung bakit natin na ito ginagawa, para kanino ba to. So yun po yung panghahawakan natin para mag-persevere tayo sa ating researchers and researches and kung ano-ano pa. So kung yung Mango may bagong purpose, tayo panghawakan naman natin ang ating purpose, why we're doing research. It's for the farmers and for our fisher folk. And lastly po, ano po yung message nyo to our farmers, fisher folk, and words of wisdom, of course?
Okay po. Continue po. Maraming salamat din po pala, yun muna po. So maraming salamat po sa ating mga farmers and fisher folks po kasi without you po, we would not have this commodities po like the rice, like the fishes po that we consume every day po. Napakahalaga po ng ambag niyo po sa ating bansa po. Yon. And actually, my hope din po ay that we would prosper together po. More help will be given po to our farmers po and fisher folks po. Yan, kasi they are the backbone of our food security po. Yun lang po.
Ayun po. So, totoo nga po, ang ating mga farmers and fisher folk ang nagbubuhat sa atin. So, although to be honest at this point hindi ganun ka-lucrative yung agriculture sector, pero kawawa yung mga tao pag nawalan tayo ng farmers at fisher folk. So we have to acknowledge the contributions of our farmers, and of course at the same time that this should be a group effort. This should be a collaboration of the farmers, fisher folk, and the LGU, our state universities, our government agencies, private sector, of course. So, yun lang po. Thank you so much, Engineer Kat, for generously sharing your expertise and passion to the public. So, babasahin ko lang po yung certificate na ibibigay namin sa'yo sometime in the future. Let me just read the citation. So, the DA Bureau of Agricultural Research awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Engineer Maria Katrina N. Alaon for sharing her invaluable knowledge during the DA Bar online seminar series, Mango Beyond, Mango Waste Transformed into Powerful Bioactives, held on the 24th of April 2025 by StreamYard and DA Bar Facebook page. Given this 24th day of April 2025 in Diliman, Quezon City, signed by DA Bar Director Dr. Janelle P. Soriano. And ito po yung certificate. So, hanapan na lang po namin ng paraan, Engineer Kat, para mabigay po sa'yo. And this concludes our online seminar, Mango Beyond, Mango Waste Transformed into Powerful Bioactives. Muli maraming salamat po, Engineer Kat. And reminders po ulit sa ating mga masusugid na participants. So, attendance sheet and feedback form po, tsagain nyo na lang pong hanapin dyan. Kasi madami pong nag-comment, please hanapin nyo na lang po. Please answer both before 12 noon. And if you have questions sa seminar natin na hindi pa siguro nasagot, so you can message the Facebook page of UPLB. So, search nyo on Facebook, it's UPLB Biotech, or i-type nyo na lang facebook.com/biotech.uplb, or message DA Bar so that we can forward your questions to Engineer Kat. So also follow our social media pages, again, facebook.com/DA Bar Official or DA Bureau of Agricultural Research. You can follow us on IG at DA Bar Official. And also, if you want to revisit our past seminars, kasi po mawawala na yung mga live in 30 days. Parang Meta takes down the live videos on Facebook, or on Facebook. Kung gusto niyo pong i-revisit yung ating seminars before, just check our YouTube page. It's still the Bureau of Agricultural Research. So that you would learn more about our online seminar series that we hold monthly. So baka po may mga activities kayo na kami na magbe-benefit kayo or interesado kayo. Once again, we would like to thank Engineer Maria Katrina and Alaon of UPLB Biotech, and thank you po sa ating viewers for actively participating in our knowledge exchange today. Engineer Kat, before we totally end this, may gusto ka po bang sabihin or pasalamatan, or maybe you can advertise?
Ano po, again po, nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga nanood po ngayon. And I hope we are all inspired po to do more researches po. Kasi kailangan po talaga natin ng bawat isa yon, so that we can make more researches for the development of our country. And also po, gusto ko po magpasalamat sa DA BAR po for your continuous funding and support and this opportunity po to share the output po of our project. And sa mga interested po na collaborators po, just email me, email us. We are very open po for collaborations po. And for other inquiries po on licensing po. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Engineer Kat, and I'm hoping for the success of our Mango Bioactives, not just in the local and hopefully sa international market din. So we need more partners on this, more funding the private sector, private individuals. Sana po ma-encourage namin kayo kasi this product has so much potential and it would be a waste if we're just going to let it be an agricultural waste. So yun, dito po nagtatapos ang ating online seminar for April. Pusuan at palakpakan po natin si Engineer Kat. And this is Tin. Isang mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat. Kita-kita po tayo sa sunod na seminar at sa mga susunod pa. Salamat po, Engineer Kat.